My name's Dr. Jo Nield and I'm an aeolian geomorphologist here in geography at the University of Southampton. What this means is that I spend a lot of my time in the field in desert regions trying to understand how the wind shapes the surface of environments such as dune fields. One of my favourite places to work is the Skeleton Coast in Namibia. It is a unique environment. It is a place where you are far from everything. It's known for its shipwrecks, plane crashes, and its diamonds. And while we're there, we typically spend a couple of weeks camping in the middle of nowhere where there aren't any roads, there aren't any towns, bringing in all our supplies and spending that time in the field. In a typical year, I bring my research back to Southampton through my teaching on my third year module, Desert Landscapes, where I've recreated in the laboratory a avalanche slope from one of the dunes that I research out in Namibia. And as third year students, you can experiment on this and understand the dynamics that make dunes move. If you want to see this slope, do watch my tour of the building in another video on this channel. The pandemic created a unique opportunity. In normal times, it's a whole day flight through several countries to reach Namibia and then another day driving to get into these remote and isolated locations. I was able to transport students to the coastal landscapes of Namibia. We were able to look at the different processes that help shape this unique environment. Through collaborations with colleagues from around the world, we brought material to completely immerse the students in the landscape, to give them a taste of not just aeolian wind processes, but we looked at a whole range of desert processes. So we looked at fluvial landscapes, dune fields, but we also then looked at vegetation, and one of the things that's quite unique about Namibia, the fog and how the fog interacts with the different landforms and the different creatures that live in the desert. I could take the field data that I'd collected, the images that come from the instrumentation that I use to measure the shape of the surface and how that changes through time, and show this to the students so that they could have an interactive experience exploring how the landscape changes through time. Ripples. As you can see behind me, we've got the